Some airplane landings are incredibly smooth, while others are incredibly hard. And in my last video, we talked about what causes hard landing, so today we're going to be talking about what causes smooth landing. Now, there are a lot of things that pilots need to do just before landing to make sure that the landing is really smooth. And most of these things happen within the last few minutes before touchdown. The first thing pilots must make sure they're doing is that they're lined up with the runway. This is to make sure that they don't have to make tons of small corrections right before they touch the ground. Pilots must also make sure they are flying perfectly on speed. If they are flying too slow, they risk stalling the airplane, which would result in a very hard landing. However, if they're flying too fast, they could end up bouncing the plane off the runway, which would also be a hard landing. Then, once pilots are on speed and lined up with the runway, they must flare the airplane at exactly the right time. Now, on top of flaring at the right time, the pilot must do it just enough. Now, if the pilot does these things right, it will most likely result in a pretty smooth landing. So next time you're on a plane and you have a smooth landing, make sure you go up and thank the pilot, because now you know what they went through to get that smooth landing.